Tonight, safety concerns for a popular area in Duluth has a petition circulating asking for the city to step in what they're asking for. And celebrating independence during a pandemic, how Northlanders are making the most of a very unique 4th of July. And later, more than 700 million Americans will be traveling this summer, why officials want you to stay local.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Mack. Kristen is off tonight. Thanks for joining us. For the second day in a row, the mercury topped 90 degrees in Duluth, and it's showing no signs of letting up. Here to tell us how long that heat is going to stick around, Caitlin Moffitt. She's filling in for Dave Anderson tonight. Caitlin, another record today.
Yep, another record of second consecutive day that we hit 90, so that's already, something that we typically don't see. And then we now have tied the record of 93 degrees back in 1990. So tomorrow, if we hit 90 degrees yet again, that would be considered a heat wave for us here in the Northland. We typically do not experience 90-degree days all that often, and we know that way too well. So 93 was the high today, low was 65 degrees, still no rain, very dry conditions out there. So that's where those concerns come in for fireworks tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, etc. You have to be very careful with that. Temperatures as of 6 o'clock this evening, very, very warm. We're looking at 83 up on the hill, 72 down by the lake. 86 over in Hinckley, still 91 degrees in Brainerd, 86 over in Bemidji. And those dew points still pretty sticky out there, especially for those areas seeing dew points in those 70s. Normally when you get into those upper 50s and 60s, that's when it becomes noticeable. But when you get to those 70s, it really becomes sticky and kind of just uncomfortable to be outside with those humidity levels. And unfortunately, that humidity isn't going away. So we've got a few cells popping up on the Doppler and satellite in terms of rain showers and just very quick passing showers because there is so much dry air eating that up. But I will have your forecast for your 4th of July coming up in just a bit.
Thanks, Caitlin. 2 police squad cars are destroyed following a fire on the Iron Range. According to Virginia Mayor Larry Cuffey Jr., a squad car caught fire inside the police garage around 11:20 this morning. He said the fire spread to another squad car, destroying both vehicles, including all the equipment and weapons inside. The garage attachment is part of City Hall. Mayor Cuffey said the building is closed for the holiday weekend and nobody was inside, but it did receive some smoke damage. Officials are working to determine an exact cause. A man is in custody following a hit and run in downtown Duluth involving multiple vehicles. Duluth police responded to a call just before 9 o'clock this morning at the intersection of 2nd Avenue East and 3rd Street. When they arrived, they found the suspect's car collided with several vehicles. The driver then fled on foot. Authorities say a passenger in the suspect's car then took over driving and collided with additional vehicles. The 21-year-old passenger who took over driving was located and arrested by police. He's facing charges of driving while impaired and hit and run. The initial driver has not been located at this time. Another bar in Superior has voluntarily closed their doors due to COVID concerns. The Choo Choo Bar and Grill posted on Facebook today saying they will be closing Saturday. They will stay closed until they feel it's safe to reopen for their employees and customers. Wisconsin state health officials say a recent spike in cases is likely traced back to bars and restaurants.
We're closing voluntarily due to the spike in COVID cases and the fact that a lot of the other neighborhood bars are closing down. Some of them have had positive cases. In order to avoid that the best that we can, along with all of our other safety measures, we're going to close down.
The Choo Choo Bar joins Charlie Brown's, the Tipsy Beaver, and President's Bar in temporarily closing due to COVID-19 tracing. Meanwhile, city officials in Superior are canceling the 4th of July fireworks show. City reps say the decision was made due to the recent rise in the number of COVID cases in Douglas County. They consulted state and local health officials when making that decision. People were being encouraged to stay in or near their cars during the show, but the city says they just couldn't guarantee everyone's safety. Duluth is not holding a show either. Well, as we enter the dog days of summer, more and more people will be heading outside to hit the trails around Duluth. But locals in the Lakeside and Lester Park neighborhoods are asking city leaders for help near one of the trails, as safety is now a concern. CBS3's Emma Quinn caught up with neighbors to learn more.
Summer is in full swing, and that means more residents will be out on the trails in Duluth.
Once or twice a week.
I especially like taking pictures of the bridges. That's what I'm mainly doing up here today.
But as some people are getting outdoors, others are concerned for their safety. An online petition created by residents in the Lakeside and Lester Park neighborhood is asking city leaders to close the Skyline Parkway and 7 bridges to traffic. Organizers say speeding cars pose a threat to those walking and biking. Some residents say they don't mind the bridge, but it would relieve some anxiety.
They don't have to worry about the cars screaming by with the little ones. They're pretty good bikers, so we manage fine if it's open, but I wouldn't be sad if it was closed.
Others say it's a hard and long walk from home without access to the bridge.
I think a lot of people don't have the mobility to walk all the way up here whenever they want to see the sights up here or take pictures, or you have a kind of a significant knee injury that limits my ability to walk all the way up here.
The online petition is hoping for at least 100 signatures. The bridge is closed during the winter and reopened in March. Petitioners are hoping city leaders will close it year-round.
CBS3 did reach out to petition organizers for comment. We have not heard back by news time. Duluth's fire chief is warning about the dangers dry conditions can have when lighting off fireworks. Chief Sean Courget says with the unseasonably dry weather, setting off fireworks can lead to quick fires. He says aerial fireworks, which are illegal in Minnesota, are the most dangerous as the sparks fall in a wide range. Right now, he says one of the biggest concerns is how dry grass and trees are.
It's really dangerous when it's dry, and especially when it's brown. And if you see pine needles that are brown, you know, that's not in every case, of course, but usually that's an indication that the stuff is really dried out, the fuel is dried out, and it'll light really easily.
The fire chief says the most important thing you can do is be aware of your surroundings and respectful of your community. And 4th of July fireworks might be fun for many of us this holiday weekend, but it's also very stressful for pets. The loud bangs and booms, screeching sounds, and bright flashes of light can be terrifying for many pets. Dr. Kelly Powell with Doherty Veterinarian Clinics in Duluth says if you don't want to use a sedative, you can instead put pets in the bathroom, play music, and keep them away from windows. She says most importantly, it helps if you stay calm during fireworks.
Important for the owner to just reassure in a non-threatening, calm voice, you know, it's okay, it's fine, and not to get worked up, and not to feed into the dog's anxiety.
Dr. Powell says if you know your pet will be terrified, talk to your vet about using a medication to keep them calm over the weekend. And with 4th of July weekend here, and it's looking to be a hot one. In the midst of a pandemic, though, we wanted to see how people were planning to celebrate this year. CBS3 photojournalist Wyatt Buckner went to Brighton Beach today to hear what people had to say.
Well, today we're here with our daughter and son-in-law from the Twin Cities, and they always like to come up and see the lake. We think that's pretty exciting because we've been pretty shut in for 3 months.
I am moving into a new house. My boyfriend and I just bought a place, and we started moving yesterday and got the bulk of it done this morning. So we were taking a break to come jump in the lake because, of course, we're moving on, you know, the hottest weekend so far. We were just boiling up on the hill, so coming down here was a must.
Oh, it's gorgeous. We're surprised at how many people are here today.
If we go into any place, we're wearing masks, we're sanitizing everything. Mostly just kind of staying as distant as we can from other people.
We're keeping a distance, and we feel perfectly safe right here.
It's a little different, but it's nice to have the good weather and the sun and the lake.
We love being outside. We're just enjoying it a lot.
Meanwhile, if you're out on the water this year, expect to run into more patrol boats. There will be an increase due to Operation Dry Water. It's a national initiative to stop drunken boating. With the busy holiday weekend ahead and more people being pushed outdoors due to COVID-19, authorities say they will be enforcing the law more this year. The campaign lasts until Sunday, July 5th. Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar will lead the 59th Presidential Inaugural Committee. Klobuchar is a ranking member of the Rules Committee. She'll serve on the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies and speak at the inauguration. She'll be joined by Senators Mitch McConnell and Roy Blunt and Representatives Nancy Pelosi, Steny Hoyer, and Kevin McCarthy. Klobuchar says it's an honor to serve on the committee. One Superior police officer is stepping up in the wake of George Floyd's death. At an event today at Superior's Tower Fit, Superior Police worked to bridge the gap in community relations. Ronald Robinson, a patrol officer, created Bridge the Gap after witnessing a disconnect between citizens and law enforcement. The idea is to create a stronger relationship between the two. Robinson began planning meet and greets as a way for people to get to know their local police.
If we don't inspire actual change or change how we do our job for the better for the citizens, then it's kind of a failure. So the ultimate goal is to actually have change, but it starts with the communication.
The event also collected donations for the Ruth House. Robinson says citizens should be on the lookout for more events throughout the summer. Still to come, stay local. That's the message from tourism officials this weekend as they work to slow the spread of coronavirus.
And we've got hot and humid weather continuing into our 4th of July holiday weekend. Much of that stays with us through the extended. Those details coming up.
Live, local, CBS3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS3.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
Let our professional relocation team help make the transition from your old house into a new home as stress-free as possible. Call today for an on-site estimate to identify your family's specific relocation needs. Schedule and manage your job with one of our friendly office staff. The day of the job, our professional and courteous movers will safely and efficiently protect and transport your goods with the aid of new technologies and equipment, but with the same old-fashioned service you know and trust.
Moving is hard. Calling A1 Movers is easy.
The show critics are praising as genius is now the Emmy winner for Outstanding Talk Show Host. What? And the stars love it too.
It's so good!
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on Live, local, CBS3. Every second of every day, it happens. Something big, something worth talking about. News happens, and you can't wait for it. You need to be constantly digging, asking, hunting, wanting more. More truth, more real answers, more who, what, where, when, and why. And it's about you. It's about now. It's about wherever, whenever. At Live Local CBS3, it's about the news, your neighborhood news.
I want people to tune in, and I want them to see a friend because I'm a mother and I know how hard it can be. You're doing all these things and then you have the child and then no one talks to you about how lonely it can be. You know, who do you lean to? Who do you connect with? This segment is very important to me because I get to work, but I also get to work on my passion.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with Leanne Valdez on CBS3.
When news happens, CBS3 is there.
We're cutting in with a follow-up to some breaking news.
Anytime, day or night, more cases of the coronavirus are popping up across the Northland.
The only confirmed cases in northeastern Minnesota.
Do not go shopping today unless you absolutely must. Do not collect any supplies or equipment unless you absolutely need it today.
The Northland has seen its first coronavirus-related death.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, tune to CBS3.
It has been a day of raw emotion here as this city and the country mourned a man whose death has inspired a movement. We are witnessing it right now.
State police are here. You can see them behind me. Behind them are the firefighters. They are dousing the flames.
Do you think racism is deeply rooted in Minnesota?
It's deeply rooted in America.
What do you hope comes from this?
This is what's coming from it. The change is here.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS3 Duluth.
Well, for all of those of you who like the warm, the humid temperatures, it's finally here and it's not going away for a couple more days. The weekend, one of the best weekends to kind of have this nice warm weekend is the 4th of July. We did break yet another record for Duluth. So we tied the record today. 93 degrees was set back in 1990. Yesterday we broke that record where we also came in at 93 degrees. So 2 consecutive days we saw 90 degrees and tomorrow is going to be another very warm day. Current conditions in Canal Park, you can see plenty of traffic down here outside of our studio. Plenty of people getting outside enjoying the nice beach weather. Here in Canal Park, it is 72 degrees, so it is slightly cooler than it is up on the hill and further inland, as those temperatures are still well into the 80s. Now, on the Doppler and satellite, we just recently have started to see some development with just some very small storms, showers, a few thunderstorms kind of moving their way through Shamrock, Moose Lake, and then a few areas over in northern Wisconsin, kind of through the Gordon area. But With so much dry air in place through the last couple of weeks, of course, that eats up a lot of that moisture as it moves its way through. So these are very quick passing storms. So a few of you south of Duluth may see a very quick passing shower and kind of cool things off a bit through the overnight tonight. Now Saturday, that shortwave is going to move its way through northwestern Minnesota through the afternoon. So that increases clouds for those areas up to the north and west. We'll see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies by the afternoon. We'll see that slight chance for showers and thunderstorms later in the evening overnight. But another hot day expected Saturday and another warm one expected Sunday. That humidity lasts through much of the extended forecast. The shortwave moves over the region through Sunday, increases our clouds just a bit, but almost identical to Saturday with mostly cloudy skies. 20% chance again, 87 degrees. Now, as we go to the extended Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to kind of see similar weather patterns where we're just going to see several instances where these systems kind of slide through the region, bring just a quick chance for scattered showers, but nothing long term in terms of what we really need in rain. So we're not going to see much of that, but more so spotty shower activity Monday and then into Tuesday, Wednesday as the heat and the humidity really kind of remains through much of the region. So tonight, overnight, we will see some fog develop just over Lake Superior and a few places closer to the shore. So this is actually what you see. You see some of that gray kind of pushing further on land. That's actually fog developing over Lake Superior. You'll notice, though, we have no wind in place. That's what's allowing for some of that fog to develop. We're not expecting that inland, of course, but by Sunday afternoon, plenty of sunshine yet again to enjoy your 4th of July weekend. But safely, of course, you're going to want sunscreen, limit time outdoors, plenty of sunshine, to enjoy Saturday and into Sunday. Now, I mentioned those few cells might develop Sunday evening. You'll just see those small pockets kind of developing in northern Minnesota and northern Wisconsin. That's just going to be the trend Saturday at night through Sunday afternoon as that shortwave makes its way through. Very scattered. Not everyone will see the rain. Only some people will see some passing showers. Clouds will be into the region by Sunday afternoon ahead of our next system, but you see off to our west by Sunday afternoon. So the grilling forecast, get outside, enjoy that weather. Tomorrow is beautiful to get out and enjoy the grilling. 12 o'clock, 86 degrees, although it will be hot and it will be humid. 90 degrees by 3 o'clock, and this is here in the Twin Ports. 85 by 6 o'clock, and clouds will slowly start to increase. Tonight, another pretty nice evening, 60 degrees. The temperatures will drop into those 60s, so it's going to be mild, but it will be a nice cool off tonight before we ramp back up into those 90s. So the winds will shift out of the south tomorrow, but very calm winds, so temperatures back into those 90s and some upper 80s. You'll notice areas by the lake, 78 on the lake here and 70 up in Grand Marais. So a little bit cooler spots, kind of more enjoyable weather down by the lake tomorrow. But then by Sunday afternoon, we're going to be looking at plenty of sunshine both Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday a slight chance for showers to kind of move into the region, which is really what we need in terms of shower activity, but more so just be careful with firework activity and limit your sunshine. I mean, limit your time outdoors.
Drink plenty of water because it is oppressively hot out there.
Yes, for sure.
Thanks, Caitlin. Yep. Americans will take roughly 700 million trips this holiday weekend through the end of summer. And as Kate Rannis shares, state tourism officials are asking residents to explore local.
There's time for adventure, there's people.
Explore Minnesota released a new recovery tourism campaign that highlights what the state has to offer.
Traditionally, in a normal year, we would spend the majority of our dollars trying to attract non-residents.
This year, the majority of Americans plan to travel by car due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Explore Minnesota Director John Edmonds says they are appealing to Minnesota residents to explore safely in-state and support the local economy.
They include things like road trips, exploring the many scenic byways throughout the state of Minnesota, doing some outdoor dining, visiting doing an overnight in a houseboat.
Minnesota has lost an estimated $3.2 billion in travel spending through mid-June. Grandview Lodge in Nisswa has lost out on millions from canceled weddings and events, but has seen a massive surge in business as Minnesota's economy reopens.
People who were going to go to Europe said, all right, I'm going to stay close to home. Other people said, I've heard about Grandview. I've never been there before.
Grandview has spent around $100,000 on new safety measures, including extra cleaning, special sanitizing spray, masks for all employees, and hand sanitizer for guests.
Explore Minnesota's director said convention centers, hotels, and restaurants have felt the biggest impact within the tourism industry. Coming up in sports, 2 UMD women's hockey goaltenders will be rocking new masks next season. Ryan Campo has your first look at them coming up next.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Incredible deals, huge markdowns, plus free doorstep shipping on everything. What a sale. The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Work, school, grocery shopping, doctor's appointments, the gym, to the airport to pick up loved ones, to the kids' soccer games, piano lessons, out for movie night, to hear your favorite band in the city, over to Grandma and Grandpa's house, and on last year's amazing road trip. Your vehicle takes you so many places. Protect it. When you leave your vehicle, remember to always take your keys or key fob with you and lock the doors. If you suspect auto theft, contact the National Insurance Crime Bureau at 1-800-TEL-NICB. That's 1-800-TEL-NICB, or visit our website at www.nicb.org. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Our Northland may not have the longest severe weather season, but it does come around every now and then. I'm hoping folks will keep an eye to the sky and on Channel 3 here this summer. If severe weather threatens, Austin Haskins, Caitlin Moffett, and I will keep our eyes glued to the radar. We'll break in if you need to hear about the latest storm developments. We'll work together to keep our region safe.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS3.
I am most excited about getting to really know the viewers in the Northland and getting to show my personality too and letting the Northland kind of get to know me. I'm a very energetic person. I'm always at 100 and I'm always excited to be able to tell stories and being able to have a little bit of fun with it too. And I think that's really, really important on a morning show as well because you need that energy in the morning to wake you up.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m.
Dude, you gonna pick that up? Because there's no poop fairy to do that for you. See? Take these. They're not just poop bags. They're pride bags. Because you're doing the right thing for your neighbors and for the health of the whole watershed. Gotta fly. There's a Chihuahua cranking one out in Leicester right now. There is no poop fairy.
Right now at Slumberland, get a Sealy mattress, any size for one low price, starting at just $99 each piece when purchased in sets. Want it extra plush? Just $199. The 4th of July mattress sale at Slumberland Furniture.
While their season is still up in the air, UMD women's hockey goaltenders Emma Soderberg and incoming freshman Viola Schobeck will be featuring a new mask. Helmet head design based out of Omaha, Nebraska, have created 2 unique special masks for Soderberg and Schobeck for this upcoming season. Each of them sent in ideas of what they would like to complete their mask with features like the Duluth lift bridge to make it the way they want it. Helmet Head has done designs for racing and the Nebraska-Omaha men's hockey team, but is now excited for this new collaboration with the UMD women's hockey team.
For us, we don't do a whole lot of pro stuff. We do a lot of the college stuff, a lot of the Tier 1 stuff, but we also work with a lot of the youth and just getting our artwork into a new community, into a new area, especially in the state of Minnesota. I mean, us being from Nebraska, we're not really that hockey hotspot. I mean, Omaha's growing for our youth stuff a lot, but it's nowhere near what Minnesota is. So just getting our artwork into Minnesota, into a different part of Minnesota is huge for us.
Sperano says the mask will be completed in the coming weeks and shipped to Duluth for both Soderberg and Schobeck to start using when they hit the ice. While Major League Baseball teams have started reporting to camps all across the country, the MLB announced today there will be no Midsummer Classic. The Midsummer Classic was scheduled to be played at Dodger Stadium, but instead, Los Angeles will host the game in 2022. Due to COVID-19, baseball has yet to play a real game. The 2021 All-Star Game will be played in Atlanta. The NFL plans to play the Black National Anthem before every game in Week 1 of the football season. That's according to a source familiar with the league's discussions. The source says, "Lift Every Voice and Sing" will be played before the Star-Spangled Banner. It starts with the nationally televised first game of the season on September 10th. It will also be played during the full slate of those Week 1 Sunday afternoon games, during Sunday Night Football, and during the 2 ESPN Monday night games. Lift Every Voice and Sing was first performed in 1900 by a choir at the segregated Stanton School in Jacksonville, Florida, as part of a celebration of Abraham Lincoln's birthday. Huge news out of the NFL today as the Washington Redskins may change their nickname. FedEx, the title sponsor of the team's stadium in Landover, Maryland, requested they make the name change. Today, the team released a statement that said in part they will undergo a thorough review of the team's name. The commissioner of the NFL, Roger Goodell, said in a statement the league is having ongoing discussions with the team owner, Daniel Snyder, and are supportive in this important step. The franchise has been known as the Redskins since 1933. The late Kobe Bryant will be memorialized on the cover of the video game NBA 2K21. The Mamba Forever edition will feature Bryant on 2 special covers. They were hand-painted by an artist using 2 of Bryant's most famous photos as inspiration. The game's release date has yet to be announced. Bryant, his daughter Gigi, and 7 other people died in a helicopter crash in January. Bryant last played in the NBA in 2016 before retiring. He went down as one of the all-time greatest players with the NBA with 5 championships and 18 All-Star appearances. That's going to do it for sports. We'll have more back here at 10. Tony, back to you.
Thanks, Ryan. Well, have you ever wanted to travel to outer space? That could now be a possibility. A Florida company named Space Perspective is working on a high-tech hot air balloon known as Spaceship Neptune. Neptune is designed to transport a pilot and up to 8 travelers 100,000 feet up in the air. The first test flight will be held in 2021 and will be for research only. All right, let's get a last look at the weather. Caitlin, I don't think it's cooling down out there.
It's not, unfortunately. So it's a beautiful night to get out and enjoy as temperatures do kind of cool down into the 60s. And then by Saturday for your 4th of July, temperatures climb back into those 90s, some mid-90s for areas inland. Here in Duluth, 90. Down by the lake, though, areas might be a little cooler and more enjoyable. Either way, keep it safe tomorrow and bring plenty of water and sunscreen as it's going to be a very warm weekend.
Hot indeed. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here at 10.